going on, Leos? Shields up. Welcome or welcome back to the channel. Elevate your energy. It's Jazzy, your favorite Cali reader and spiritual consult. So this is going to be your next 48. So if you are here watching this reading, this is timeless as always. So when you're finding it, it is a message here for you. That is the intention that I set for my readings. As always, they are timeless unless otherwise specified. So if you are here viewing this reading, shout out to you. I'm so grateful for your presence. So let's get into this, shall we? We're going to start off with my deck, Signs Synchronicities Oracle deck, and then we'll jump into theme for, like the main, like focal point for what Spirit wants to bring our attention to, okay? For the next 48, what you guys should be aware of, privy to, all right? For your highest and greatest good only and nothing less, okay? So let's see, Spirit for Leos, my Leo collective. And this can resonate for any of the anywhere you have Leo placements. Okay, it doesn't have to be your sun, moon, or rising. We are technically all the signs. So if you know, you know. Take it as it applies. Okay. Please don't force the message to fit if it is not yours. Okay. So we do have bridge. All right. So some of you, I'm automatically hearing bridge of the gap. Okay. Some of you may be bridging the gap between. I'm also getting between spirit realm and the 3D. Okay. We also do have candles at the bottom. So some of you, this could definitely have to do with spell work. Okay. I know not everybody, lights candles with intentions and things like that. But for those who do, okay, this feels like that type of energy where the gap is being bridged from like where you're at to where you want to be, right? From what you have had to what it is that you want. You see what I'm saying? That's the energy that I'm getting here with this. So over the next 48, there may be something. I'm also getting there may be someone, okay, that may be coming into your experience that may be trying to bridge the gap, that wants to reconcile things, that maybe wants to fix things, that maybe wants to, have a new start with you. Okay, this could definitely be for those of you. I'm also getting who have maybe done spell work to get back an ex or to reconcile with someone, something like that. That could also be what's happening over the next 48. Okay, so even if the thing is, you don't always have to light candles. For some of you, this could just have been a request that you've made. It works just the same. Okay, I've learned on my journey that I only use tools when I did because I thought that's what I had to do for it to work. I was giving my magic away, basically. I was giving my power away to the tool, right? And when you stop doing that, then you realize I am the magic, right? I am the tool, okay? So some of you may be coming to that realization over the next 48 hours as well, okay? Where it's just Spirit is really asking you to do your best to not worry, okay? And do your best to not worry about what's ahead, what's leaving, because it's what is on the way, what's replacing what is leaving is far better. It's far better, okay? Some of you also, I'm getting maybe relocating, okay? Some of you may be also guided to step out of your comfort zone in some type of way, okay? And that makes sense as well, given that you're a Leo, okay? You are governed by the sun, so the sun has to do with your confidence, right? Your willpower. It's masculine energy, so taking action, getting things done, really being confident in what you're doing and why you're doing it, right? That's this type of energy here, where this is literally, whatever life that some of you've requested this next 48 hours, it feels like is really bridging the gap to that, where some of you may be coming into, like a really great opportunity that you maybe didn't think you would have, that maybe you weren't expecting, but it's ultimately happening the way it is to bridge the gap to this new life, to this new version that some of you are stepping into now, that you've already asked for, but maybe you haven't really been seeing it. You're about to see it. Okay, so Spirit for my Leos for the next 48. Yeah, resilience, beauty. Yeah, some of you are really being asked at this time to really allow yourself to see the beauty in the challenges, to allow yourself to see, look, at the bottom of the deck, willpower. This is your energy, Leo. Okay, that energy I was just talking about, willpower, your willingness to take action where it's required or where you're guided to, where you're inspired to. Okay, because the thing is, we can light candles all day, we can set intentions all day, right? But if you're not willing to take action when the opportunity presents itself, you'll miss it, right? The door can slam right in your face and you'll miss the whole opportunity. So it feels like some of you over the next 48 is really being asked to, really allow yourself to see the beauty in what feels challenging to you, okay? As well as the things that are leaving, like the burdens, right? It's like, some of you have been carrying quite a lot for quite some time. You see what I'm saying? Even if it's like ancestral weight, right? Generational trauma, generational baggage, right? Whatever that is for you, Spirit is really asking you over the next 48, Leo, to see the beauty in what you've been carrying, because it feels like Spirit is about to release this bag from you. All this weight that some of you have been carrying, energetically speaking, a weight is about to be lifted, a major weight. So it's like Spirit is asking you to, it's like giving you that last, that last chance to like just find gratitude in the challenges, in the things that's been really, 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 really difficult. Allow yourself to see the beauty. There's beauty that can be found in literally every situation if you allow it, right? And I know that is can be difficult depending on what that is. This isn't the video for that, so we're not even going to go that deep. But it just feels like you're really being encouraged at this time, Leo, to really allow yourself to find gratitude, because your life, it feels like, is about to change in a really, really major way, and you really need all of your energy, all the energy that's required. It's like you're going to need all the energy you can get, that you have, to basically take this, this leap, take this next step, walk through this door, take this new opportunity, whatever that looks like for you, right? But and it's because you have what it takes. You're literally walking with the strength of your own ancestors, of your own bloodline. Okay, so it's important to really allow yourself to see how these perceived challenges is really shaping you. It's really like magnifying who you're meant to be, right? It's really helping you align with this new version, right? You wouldn't, have even the inkling to step into a new version had you not had the, all the challenges before that, right? It's like, if you're not challenged in any kind of way, why, if it's not broken, why fix it, right? If we're good, why do anything different there? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we need challenge to push us to grow. You see what I'm saying? So some of you, you're really being challenged to, to your growth. Okay. Some of you, this is also about a move. Some of you are preparing for a major move, and it's like kind of like mourning. Some of you are coming into mourning your old life. Okay. Grieving your old life. That's also what I'm getting here with this relocation type of energy, where some of you maybe, there may be a bridge of significance. I'm also getting a lock on a bridge. Some of you, like, I'm in San Diego, so we have this bridge out here called the Spruce Street Suspension Bridge. And, before, when I first, found out about this bridge, one of my old friends had taken me down there. And when we were walking, her and I both seen a bunch of locks that were on both sides of the bridge. And were indicative of different things. For some people, it was like maybe their first date, or, them being official, locking in their relationship, right? The lock in with the lock representing that, locking in their relationship. For other people, it was like significant for those who unalive themselves, unfortunately. Whether, I don't think that's happened on that bridge. I can't say, honestly, because of the height of it. I don't know. But I know that I've seen, different locks that were indicative for different things. So I don't know where that came from, but some of you, there may be a bridge of significance that, maybe is sentimental to you, okay, that you may be guided to visit, like one last time before you leave, right? Especially if it's like a home state and you're about to relocate to a different state. It's like maybe some of you are guided to visit this bridge one more time, visit this area, this, like, for healing. It feels like for healing, for closure of some sort, okay? And it could be also, I'm getting an ancestral pathway is what I'm hearing, ancestral pathway, but this feels like a landmark of some type, okay? Like ancestral land, like land where your ancestors still reside. You see what I'm saying? Like, whether it was where a house used to be and the house is no longer there, type of thing. It's like some of you are maybe guided to visit a place where your ancestors used to be or live, something like that's related to that, okay? It feels just like a healing, like there's healing that is being asked to take place with this bridge, okay? Or maybe some of you have, trigger warning, okay? Thank you, Spirit. Trigger warning, okay? Some of you also, it's like I'm getting the history of a failed unaliving attempt, right? The S word, right? Or it's like, it's healing. where it's like, I'm not there anymore. You see what I'm saying? Where it's like, not saying like revisit it to take you back to a dark place. No, I'm saying like, it feels like some of you may be guided to revisit a location where you thought about maybe taking your own life, something like that, but you're beyond that. You're healed now, where you realize how strong you really are, where it's like, I'm not there anymore. You see what I'm saying? Where you're like mourning the old version of yourself that felt like that was the easiest way out, or that felt like that was the thing to do, or this would be the best option for me. You see what I'm saying? It just feels like a lot of growth is taking place here over the next 48, Leo. This feels really deep for some reason. That's I wasn't expecting to go this deep right now. Okay, y'all? Like, what is going on, spirit? So anyway, or like I said, if there's someone that has done that, it's like some of you are being guided to visit that place one more time before you leave, or before you move, or something like that, kind of like as like a goodbye, or like a see you later, type of thing. Like you're not going to have you're not going to be as in close proximity anymore. Like you're leaving something behind, and it feels because like you're leaving an old version of yourself behind, so therefore these experiences that are tied to that old version must go with it. You see what I'm saying? So some of you are like maybe being guided to go to a bridge, like metaphorically speaking, to close the gap, right? To completely, grieve your old life, grieve the version you used to be, because you're not there anymore. And I think that's a really, really beautiful thing. Some of you are just simply not there anymore. You're allowing yourself it feels like over this next 48, some of you are really allowing yourself to find the beauty in all the things you've gone through, all the weight you've been carrying. You finally allowing yourself to see how strong it's made you, right? You're finally allowing yourself to see how resilient it's made you, right? Like damn, I'm carrying I'm literally carrying the strength and the resilience of my ancestors in my bloodline. Like I feel like some of you are finally starting to see that through yourself, like through your own, you know what I'm saying, beingness. So for those of you that have done like spell work over yourself, like for your own protection, for your own, like for a new life, for a new experience, you're about to see that gap being bridged, okay, over the next 48. All right. And it could just be it doesn't have to be this grandiose tower type of moment, right? It can be, just realizing that how you're responding to things differently, how you're moving differently. That for me was like one of the biggest and best ways that I was able to see like that I'm really changing, that I'm really growing, that I'm really more in alignment with where I need to be, because I'm able to see in real time, but even in the smallest of ways that I would have like overlooked before, where it's like, whatever, not a big deal, right? I'm able to now see like, no, that little shift actually matters, right? They compound over time, right? So, just know you're exactly where you need to be. You're doing great. Okay. So let's see what else, spirit, for Leos for the next 48, what they need to be made aware of, what's going on as it pertains to this spread. Ooh, okay. So 2 just came out the bottom. It was interesting how that happened. But we have the High Priestess that came out along with the Queen of Wands. Okay. So over the next 48, Leo, it really feels like your intuition is going to be talking to you. Okay. And it's really going to be important for you to allow your inspiration to guide you. Okay. Whatever it is that you're being called to do, especially if it's regarding relocation, especially if it's regarding a move of some sort, right? Letting a situation go, kind of like letting bygones be bygones, letting bridge go under the water, so to speak. Okay. That's also what that bridge energy speaks about in that deck, in that deck specifically. That's how I designed it. But it also speaks of, letting things go, forgiveness, right? Not for the other person, but for yourself. My apologies. Throat was burning. But so yeah, it feels like you're really being asked to trust yourself at this time. Okay. Even if that's been a difficult thing, which for a lot of us it has, right? Because that's literally where your power lies. So it makes sense. But be confident in what you're being guided to do. Okay. Your intuition is guiding you, and it only has your best interest in mind. So the best thing you could do is listen to it. Okay. Whatever that looks like. You just have to set your intention and then trust what you're being guided to do beyond that. Okay. Let's see. Anything else, spirit, for Leos for the next 48 as it pertains to the spread? What is going on for Leos? What do they need to know? What do they need to be made aware of? Ooh. So we have the Empress that just popped out and just and it flipped in reverse. So I find that interesting. So this is Taurus energy. So some of you, this could have to do with like a mother figure, okay? Someone that maybe you've had a hard time forgiving. That could be blocking your finances right now. Like some of you may be having a hard time um, really receiving, okay? Some of you, this is about forgiving a mother figure, whether it's your actual mom or someone who raised you that was, in, feminine energy in your life. It really feels like some of you are really being asked to let bygones be bygones because, and I'm not saying that that means you have to keep people in your life or let them back in, give them a second chance. That's not what that means at all. But it does feel like it's important to acknowledge the power of forgiveness. Okay, the power of letting things go, right? Because you not letting it go, you're holding that energy. It's literally the same as what's that analogy that I really love, where it's about it's the same as you having poison to give to someone else, but you drink it. You see what I'm saying? It's like you killing yourself, basically, right? You're drinking the poison that you intended for someone else, but you're the one actually ingesting it and consuming it, right? Something like that. So, anyway, that's why it's important because some of you aren't realizing that by holding on to something that was only meant to support you, even if it was difficult, even if it was challenging or painful, um, by you holding on to that and not allowing yourself to let go of the pain or transmute that energy properly, you're not going to be able to receive all that the universe has for you. Why? Because your nervous system won't be able to sustain it. Your nervous system will look at blessings as a threat. You see what I'm saying? Your nervous system will identify new opportunities as um as dangerous, right? As well, no, it's too much, right? We can't do that. This is too much, right? Type of thing. It's not sustainable, right? From that place. So it really feels like some of you, yeah, this is really making a decision to forgive, things that happened in your family. Okay. It's really time for a new life, but you're needing to choose it. It's time for you to really put your foot down at this time, Leo, and decide I'm ready for something new. I'm ready for what I deserve. I'm ready for a new life. I'm ready for the family that I've always wanted, that I knew I always deserved. But you wouldn't know. It's like some of you are really being asked to consider the idea that had you not experienced life the way you did, you wouldn't have the inkling to want the things you want now. You know what I mean? Like if you had the perfect life and the perfect family and all these things, you maybe wouldn't have that deep, passionate urge and desire to live differently and better than what you already experienced. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but for those who like didn't have a loving family that, cared about them and didn't have maybe a bunch of siblings that, they got along great and all these things, because you didn't have those things, that is the driving motivation and driving force to make you wish to like really, go for having your own family, right? Um, and it's kind of like it kind of sucks that's kind of like the driving force behind that, like the motivation behind it for some people. But for some of us, that's how people heal, right? um so it just feels like you have a new life that's ahead of you, okay? And I feel like it would really benefit you as an individual to allow yourself to really forgive whatever this is or whoever this is, because it's going to ultimately keep you from receiving what you've asked for, keep you from receiving all that the universe really has in store for you. Okay, especially if you are a female watching this who's seeking to align with your divine masculine, right, with your emperor energy. It's important for you to be in the upright first, right? You can't receive your divine masculine in its full balance and harmony if you're, what I'm saying, if you're not open to that. So when the empress is in reverse, it's kind of like giving an energy of someone who is spiteful, okay? Someone who is kind of like has it out for you, right? Someone who is wounded from a feminine energy, okay? So whether this is yourself or someone else, take it as it applies. But this energy is coming up here for a reason, okay? We have a lot of major arcana here at the bottom as well, with the Judgment, the 10 of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune. That's a 10-10 right there, okay? Back to back with the Emperor, so it's like I feel like you have a new life that you're literally walking into as we speak. But if you're not willing to drop, right, all that you've been carrying, you're not going to be able to hold it. You're not going to be able to sustain what you've asked for, okay? And that's not a bad thing. This is bringing you awareness. I hope that this encourages you to have the clarity, right? Have the clarity that you need and respond accordingly, right? So when you know what's going on, then you know, oh, okay, now I know what to do about it, right? That's accountability. And from accountability, that's how you win. That's how you win, in this game we call life, is by being accountable, right? For both the positive and the negative. Because from that place, when you know that I've somehow over time, over every decision I make moment to moment has got me here, from that place of awareness that I got myself here, I can also get myself out. Okay. So I just feel like it's really important for some Leo out here to know that. Okay. Let this reading encourage you, because that's what they're meant to do. That and nothing else. All right. So let's see, Spirit. What's the overall outcome for Leo for the next 48? So overall message here. So we have the Five of Cups. So the Five of Cups, anything else, Spirit? The Five of Cups, especially as it pertains to this spread with the Six of Wands, 5 to the 6, it's, forward progression, forward movement. Even if it feels like it's a little bit, it's still something. I feel like that's really important to note. So we're speaking of the Five of Cups, okay? Five of Cups talks about, regret, loss, but also, the flip side of that, right, that a lot of us in the moment maybe ignores is regardless of what you feel like you're walking away from or you've lost in a situation, whatever it is that you're grieving, there's always an opportunity that lies within it if you're willing to look at it. So the same way that, she's mourning over what she feels like she's lost, okay, there's still, plenty behind her that she's not even acknowledging. You see what I'm saying? So I feel like it's important for you to acknowledge and that's again going back to this finding the beauty, right, in our challenges, finding the beauty in things that feels like is leaving your experience. Allow yourself to see, like, damn, that was a really wild ride. It's hard to see that when you're in the thick of it, but when you're kind of like, when it's finally dissipating and that, it's finally releasing itself, then it kind of helps you have that bird's eye view perspective to see, like, wow, this really actually helped me in so many ways that I wasn't aware of at the moment, right, in the moment. Because some of you don't even realize that this whole situation, where it may feel like a loss in the moment, it's really elevating you to be properly valued. I feel like some of you Leos may be in a place or in like a home or a situation where maybe you're not being properly valued, whether this is a mother figure or like, a baby mama, whatever that is. It's like someone isn't valuing you properly. Okay. And so it's like, once you allow yourself to choose yourself and disconnect from that, because that's also what this card speaks of, is your self-worth, right? And so when it's in the reverse, this is like, feeling worthless, okay? Not realizing like I'm worth more than what I'm getting right now, okay? But when you allow yourself to be resilient and drop what you're carrying, even if it hurts, right? That's when the universe gives you the accolades and the rewards and the support that you deserve, okay? It's like you have to choose yourself, and once you choose yourself, the universe chooses you back. And it's not that please don't misunderstand what I'm saying right now. I'm not indicating, that's not implying that, well, the only way the universe is going to help me is if I help myself first, kinda, right? But it's more so saying that that's how much power you have, okay? That's how attractive and magnetic your energy is. That whatever you feed, whatever you focus on the most, whatever energy is strongest in whatever direction, that's what the universe is going to bend to. Okay. So if your energy is more focused on everything that's going wrong, being a victim, everything that is challenging and just not good and not well, that's what's going to grow. Right. But on the flip side of that, if you allow yourself to see, like, how is me letting this go? How is this ultimately helping me? How is this preparing me for this new life? How is this actually helping me get to where I'm trying to go? How is this actually helping me be properly, valued? You know what I'm saying? I feel like some of you aren't growing or thriving the way you could be because you're in an environment where your gifts are not valued. Okay, where they're either mocked or they're made fun of. You know what I'm saying? They're ignored. They're, kind of they're oppressed. You know what I mean? Whatever that is for you. So it's like you have to be willing to let go and show the universe that I'm choosing myself now. And from that place, right, because that energy is stronger, the universe will show you, now that's what I've been waiting for. I feel like the universe is waiting for you, Leo. The universe is waiting for you to decide that I'm worth more. I know what I deserve and I deserve better. And that's when you will see that being reflected back to you. But you have to choose it first because you're that powerful. That's how supported you really are by the universe. That's how supported we all are. Where people are like, well, if I was supported, then why would you let me go through this? Because you chose it by your thoughts, by your decisions in every moment, moment to moment to moment. That's all you have is the right now moment, right? So if you're constantly focusing on everything's always bad and this always happens to me and then the universe is going to say, you're right, because that's how supported you are. And when I actually got that, when I actually like fucking locked that concept in, how this shit really works, and it was like mind blowing. It was like, and you can't ignore it anymore after that. You can't unsee it. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. Okay. So let this encourage you, okay? That anything that is leaving your life right now, it's only making room for you to be properly celebrated the way you deserve, okay? Like legit. So, Leos, that's what I have for you. I trust this reading was supportive. If it was, I would love to hear about it. Please like the video, sub to the channel if you have not. You could also check out my current offerings on my Beacons page. The link is should be in the description. And yeah, until next time, howdy.